This is the self-publishing news for January the 31st, 2022, and it wasn't a very busy week, but there's some great news that I want to share with you. Are you a fantasy author looking to massively expand your reach? Well, I've got just the thing for you. In collaboration with Book Rescue, that's right, my show over on the main channel, Rain of Reads, Author Platform Rocket, Crave Books, Free Books, and 100 top authors for the largest fantasy newsletter growing giveaway in history. We're going to reach over 246,000. That's right, 246,000. That's nearly 250,000 fantasy readers, and that's not to mention also the additional authors that will be pooling into this entire thing. We're only accepting 100 fantasy authors. You want to take advantage of that? There's going to be a link inside the description down below or inside the pinned comments. So, next item up in the news. Let's go ahead on over to ProWritingAid. They just let me know recently that Fantasy Writers Week is back and better than ever. We are thrilled to announce that year 2 of Fantasy Writers Week will take place from February 28th to March 3rd, 2022. Do you want to write an engaging fantasy novel? Join Fantasy Writers Week. It's so funny. You would think that I purposely picked this, believe it or not. Fantasy authors, I've got your hookup today. It's like your special news edition here. But definitely go take a look at it. It's free to register. So really, like, honestly, why don't you do it? Give it a shot. You're going to find out a lot more from some industry pros, including a #1 New York Times bestselling author, or 2, a USA Today bestseller, an award-winning author, and so many more. You can view the whole schedule and everything when you scroll on down and such. But yeah, go take a look at Fantasy Writers Week if that's something you've planned on doing or if you're currently doing. Moving a little further forward, Dave Chesson over at Kindlepreneur sent out a pretty interesting email in that he was doing some research in some people's books and was discovering some low reviews that was stating issues with layout inside the ebook or the print book of some sort. And believe it or not, there is a little bit of a science to it. And Dave goes and demystifies the entire process. You're going to read parts of a book from cover to cover, talking about the front matter, the body, the back matter, and resources for creating parts of a book. This blog post is perfect. It is long form. It'll take you a minute to get through it, but I promise you, if you are not familiar with how to format your book properly, all right, not just talking about using like Atticus or Vellum or hiring somebody. I'm talking about like how you put the chapters in. Where is the about the author? Where do we place the copyright page? Dave has got your hookup over at kindlepreneur.com/parts of a book. Alrighty, next up, it's so funny. We're actually going to be talking about that in today's podcast recording. It's Lulu, and they're going to be covering why your book should be your new business card. It's going to be this coming Wednesday at 12 p.m. That's on February the 2nd. Get yourself a spot. It says webinar, but honestly, folks, it's not like those typical webinars where they try to upsell you on things or anything else like that. They're really genuinely trying to give you guys great value. And that's one of the things I really love about Lulu. And also coming over across my desk, man, I really wish I would have gotten this ready ahead of time, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the fly. That's what I do. But Scribando. Scribando is a service that provides up-to-date news information in the world of self-publishing, and most importantly, through marketing and promotion. So you want to make your book a success? Take a look at Scribando. I get a free account to pretty much tell you guys about some of this information. So at any rate, they just gave me some news about a day or two ago that booksgosocial.com actually provides NFTs for authors. This is kind of cool. If you're not familiar with NFTs or non-fungible tokens, as it's called, just do a quick Google search. All that to say this, you can sell your ebook as an NFT. Now, here's the beauty of it. It's almost like a physical product. Normal ebooks, let's say I've got Mark Brownless's Witch as an ebook on Kindle. Now, the problem is, as soon as I buy that Kindle edition, how likely am I going to read it again? Probably not very likely. Maybe. I would love it if it had the same thing applied to it. Let's say, for instance, I'm done reading Witch here. I go ahead and take this over to Half Price Books, or I could sell it to a friend. Can't do that with a normal ebook. But with NFTs, you're able to do that. And here's the beauty of it. For you as an author, if someone resells that ebook, you get a percentage of each of those sales. Books Go Social is the first that I've heard of that's really tapping into ebooks inside the indie author community. Now, this is not my endorsement of Books Go Social, just merely telling you what's available. But I can tell you for sure, because it's right here on the page, an 80% royalty rate. The other 20% goes 5% for PayPal and other fees, 15% for Books Go Social. Currently, Amazon has a maximum of 70%. So they show you all the breakdown of why you would want to do NFTs and how it really benefits you in the long term. They are taking applications. So this means that we're not just willy-nilly publishing NFTs and ebooks through Books Go Social, but it is definitely open. It makes me kind of wonder, is this the direction of self-publishing? Is this what we get to see next? Will Amazon eventually offer something like this? And if that's the case, how do we as authors benefit from that? Will we see a percentage of each resale of our ebooks? I'm really very excited about NFTs and the future of it within the self-publishing industry. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep my pulse on this, and I might even reach out to Books Go Social to see if they'd be willing to kind of work with me, and maybe we can get a book up and use it as an example. That's the self-publishing news for this week. What did you think? Was there any specific item that you found interesting? And did I miss anything over the last week?